Liam always knew he was different. Growing up in the small town of Cedar Falls, where everyone knew each other's business, he learned early on to hide parts of himself. Cedar Falls was picturesque, rolling hills, lush green fields, and a close-knit community, but it was also a place where conformity was expected. Liam loved the town's charm but felt a sense of suffocation within its boundaries. He first noticed his attraction to boys in middle school, but it wasn't until high school that the feelings became undeniable. His best friend, Sarah, was the only person who knew his secret. She was his confidant, his rock, and the one person who made Cedar Falls bearable. They would spend hours in her attic, listening to music and dreaming of the day they'd escape to a more accepting world. Liam's world changed when Alex moved to Cedar Falls. Alex was everything Liam was not: confident, outspoken, and unapologetically himself. Rumors spread quickly about the new kid from the city who didn't hide his sexuality. Most of the town's teenagers avoided Alex, wary of his boldness. But Liam was drawn to him like a moth to a flame. Their first real conversation happened at a party. Liam had been dragged there by Sarah, who insisted he needed to socialize more. He found Alex sitting alone on the porch, staring up at the stars. Mustering all his courage, Liam sat next to him. "Hey," Liam said, his voice trembling slightly. Alex looked over, a small smile playing on his lips. "Hey yourself. Enjoying the party?" "Not really," Liam admitted. "It's not really my scene." "Mine either," Alex said. "But it's nice out here." They sat in comfortable silence, the air filled with the sound of distant laughter and music. Slowly they began to talk. Alex shared stories of his life in the city, his struggles with acceptance, and his determination to live authentically. Liam listened, feeling an overwhelming sense of connection and admiration. As weeks turned into months, Liam and Alex grew closer. They would meet in secret, exploring the hidden corners of Cedar Falls and each other. Their relationship was a refuge, a sanctuary from the harsh realities of their world. But secrets have a way of surfacing, and Cedar Falls was not a forgiving place for those who were different. One afternoon, Liam's father found a note Alex had written. The confrontation was inevitable and brutal. His father, a stern man with rigid beliefs, was furious. Words were thrown like daggers, and Liam felt each one pierce his heart. His mother, though more understanding, was too afraid to challenge her husband openly. "You're not my son," his father had said, eyes filled with disgust. "Not if you choose this lifestyle." The pain of rejection was crippling. Liam fled to Sarah's house, tears streaming down his face. She held him as he cried, offering words of comfort and strength. "You are perfect as you are, Liam. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." The next few weeks were a blur of emotions. Liam felt lost, torn between the life he had always known and the life he yearned for with Alex. The town's whispers grew louder, and the isolation became unbearable. But in the midst of his despair, there was a spark of hope. Alex stood by him, unwavering in his support and love. "Run away with me," Alex said one night as they lay under the stars. "We can start over, somewhere where no one knows us." Liam hesitated. The thought of leaving Cedar Falls, leaving his family, was terrifying. But the thought of losing Alex was even more so. He realized that true happiness meant embracing who he was, not hiding from it. With heavy hearts, Liam and Alex packed their bags. Sarah, ever supportive, gave them her savings and a tearful goodbye. "Promise me you'll find happiness," she whispered, hugging Liam tightly. As they drove away from Cedar Falls, Liam felt a mixture of fear and exhilaration. The road ahead was uncertain, but for the first time he felt free. Beside him, Alex squeezed his hand, a silent promise of the future they would build together. They settled in a city far from Cedar Falls, a place where they could be themselves without fear. It wasn't easy, finding jobs, making new friends, and building a life from scratch, but they had each other. Slowly, they created a new home, one filled with love, acceptance, and the promise of a better tomorrow. Years passed, and Liam and Alex's love only grew stronger. They faced challenges and hardships, but their bond remained unbreakable. They found a community of friends who became their chosen family, people who loved and accepted them for who they were. However, their journey was not without struggles. They faced discrimination at work, with colleagues making derogatory comments and questioning their competence. Alex also dealt with racism in their new city, experiencing microaggressions and outright prejudice that made their integration even more difficult. Despite these obstacles, they stood by each other, drawing strength from their love and the support of their chosen family, proving that together they could overcome anything. Liam's relationship with his parents remained strained, but over time, there were small steps towards reconciliation. His mother would occasionally call, her voice tinged with regret and longing. His father remained distant, but Liam held on to hope that one day, they might find common ground. In their new home, Liam and Alex built a life filled with joy and authenticity. They learned that true happiness comes from living one's truth and that love, in all its forms, is worth fighting for. And in the end, Liam realized that home wasn't a place. It was a feeling. It was the love and acceptance he found with Alex, the courage to be himself, and the unwavering belief that he deserved happiness. Together they had found their home, and it was more beautiful than he had ever imagined.